Hello, this is Patrick at OneCNC West, and what we're going to do in this training video is take a look at how we can easily create a solid model from wireframe geometry within OneCNC. Now, having said that, you absolutely do not need a solid model to apply toolpath. You can easily take this wireframe geometry, apply your toolpath, and you'd be good to go. Now, if you want to create a solid model, we have lots of tools for doing it. In fact, why don't we focus on the extrude tools within this video? So let's head over here to the left-hand side of the screen to our main toolbar, and we're going to grab Extrude. So here's our Extrude suite of tools. Let's start with Extrude Curves. We're going to left-hand mouse click that, and now down here at the bottom it says select the loops to extrude. What they're asking is that we need to select a closed boundary or a closed shape. And notice how your cursor changes to the word bound to remind you of that. I'm going to left-hand mouse click, and as soon as I'm done selecting, I'm going to right-hand mouse click. And now at this point, I can easily and dynamically drag up or down. I'm going to drag this down and then left-hand mouse click. All right, great. So there is a solid model that was created from wireframe geometry. Now let's take a look at this a little closer. I'm going to undo this by hitting Control Z, Control Zebra on the keyboard. That's just like hitting the undo button up there. Let's go back into Extrude Curves, and again I'm going to left-hand mouse click. I'm going to right-hand mouse click as now I'm done selecting. Notice over here on the left you can type in whatever values you want. So I could say that I'd like to extrude down a negative, how about 25 millimeters? That looks good. And then I'll just left-hand mouse click over here, and there you go. So you can type in values here as well. In fact, you can type in a taper. Let's take a look at that. We'll go back in. I'm going to left click. Now I'm done selecting, so I'm going to right-hand mouse click. We can go up or down. We can type in whatever height, positive or negative here. And you can also type in a taper angle, which could also be positive or negative. I'll type in minus 20 degrees for that. And notice now as I dynamically drag, we're getting a taper in there. So it's very, very powerful. Okay, neat. So I'm going to undo this. Let's investigate this even further. Let's go back in here. This time I'm going to take the taper angle off. I'll put 0 back in there. But what I'm going to do now is digitize multiple shapes, and then we'll right-hand mouse click. And again, you can drag up or dynamically drag down. You can type in a value if you want, and when you left click, there you go. There's your shape. All right, now for our particular part, this circle needs to be a boss. So I'm going to undo this. Let's just put a real simple extrusion on the outside. I'll drag this down to minus 25 millimeters. That looks good. Now let's put a boss in here. Now to do that, you want to use the Extrude Boss tool. And what you do again is you digitize a closed boundary, and then again you can drag up or drag down. You can type in whatever values you want over here. I'm simply just going to drag this right here to 20 millimeters and then left-hand mouse click. All right, so there you go. There's a boss. Now also note that this is one shape. There's not two shapes here. If I go into select mode, if I hit the letter S like Sierra on the keyboard and then left-hand mouse click, you can see that's one shape. The reason why that's important is because if you want, you may want to put a chamfer or a fillet right here at the intersection of the boss and the main body. And so it would be important that this is one shape. If these were two separate shapes, then the fillet or chamfer would only be applied to one of those shapes, and you wouldn't get the results that you want. So if you want to put a fillet or a chamfer in there, make sure you have one shape. I think I'll quickly put a fillet in there. Let's go to fillet. Let's make that 3 millimeters. I'm just going to left-hand mouse click the bottom of that and then right click, and there you go. There's the fillet. Let's investigate another extrude tool. Let's go back over here. Well, before we do that, let's change our views to a top view. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sketch just real quickly just another shape here. Something like that. I'll come over here, back up. All right, so when you're using the extrude tools, you need a closed boundary. Let's make this a little bit more interesting. Why don't we add a fillet in here as well? That looks good. Okay, so head back over to our extrude tools. Let's take a look now at Extrude Cut. So I'm going to grab that command. Again, I'm going to left-hand mouse click the boundary. We can type in any value that we want over here. We can put a taper in there, or you can dynamically drag. I think I'm just going to dynamically drag and then left-hand mouse click, and there you go. There is a nice cut command, a cut extrude command, easily applied to our solid model. And what's nice is this is one shape. We can take that into manufacture and go to work. And to wrap things up, please note again that you do not need a solid model to apply toolpaths. It's just that there are some advantages to solid solid models, and if you want to create them within OneCNC, they're very, very simple. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.